the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was formless and empty. Darkness covered the surface of the watery depths, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was an evening, and there was a morning, one day. Then God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." So God made the expanse and separated the waters which were under the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. God called the expanse heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. Then God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth produce vegetation, plants yielding seed and fruit trees on the earth yielding fruit after their kind with seed in them." And it was so. The earth produced vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and trees yielding fruit with seed in them after their kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be signs to indicate seasons, and days, and years. Let them be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Then God set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. Then God saw that it was good, so the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters swarmed, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds." And it was so. So God made the beasts of the earth according to their kind, and the livestock according to their kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the air and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed. It shall be food for you. To every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth which has the breath of life in it, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So the heavens and the earth and all their hosts were finished. On the seventh day God completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he had rested from all his work which he had created and made. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. In the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, no shrub of the field was yet on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprouted, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to cultivate the ground. But a mist arose from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. Then the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. The Lord God planted a garden in the east in Eden, and there he placed the man whom he had formed. Out of the ground the Lord God made to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, along with the tree of knowledge of good and evil. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it parted and became 4 rivers. The name of the first is Pishon. It encompasses the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. Bdellium and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It encompasses the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Tigris. It goes toward the east of Assyria. The fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to till it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, "Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat from it you will surely die." Then the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the sky, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. Whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all the livestock, to the birds of the sky, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper suitable for him. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept. Then he took one of his ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. Then Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She will be called woman, for she was taken out of man. Therefore a man will leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they will become one flesh." They were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made.
What a magnificent tree. Its fruit looks especially delectable today.
Oh, yes, it is beautiful, but we cannot eat from it.
Cannot? Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?
No, we may eat fruit from all the trees in the garden. But God did say, "You must not eat fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die."
Die? You will not certainly die.
But God said,
Look at it, Eve. Really look. Have you ever wondered why this command? Why this tree?
I never questioned it before.
God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like him, knowing good and evil.
Like God? Really?
Think about it. Why would he keep this from you? A loving God, keeping secrets, keeping you lesser.
It does look good for food.
And pleasing to the eye, a delight to behold. But more than that, it brings wisdom.
We haven't died from touching it.
He's afraid, you know, afraid you'll become like him. Why else forbid something so powerful?
Perhaps he was protecting us until we were ready.
And who decides when you're ready? You're not a child, Eve. You can choose for yourself.
Choose for myself.
Don't you want to understand? To truly know? To see as he sees?
To know as he knows.
One bite, that's all it takes. One bite to become like God.
Adam, you must taste this.
Eve, where did you get that? Is that from?
Yes, from the tree in the midst of the garden. But Adam, listen.
We were commanded not to eat it or even touch it, lest we die.
But I've eaten, and look, I live. My eyes, they're opened. Everything is different now. I understand so much more.
How did this happen? Why did you decide to disobey the Lord?
The serpent spoke true. We won't surely die. Look at me, I'm more alive than ever. The fruit, it gives wisdom, knowledge, like God's knowledge.
Eve, this isn't right. You know that.
Don't you see? God knows that when we eat this, we become like him. Knowing good and evil, why would he keep this from us? From you?
Like him, you are now like God?
Feel it. Look how beautiful it is. Good for food, pleasing to the eye. Don't you want to understand as I now understand? To see as I now see?
But you're my wife, if you've eaten.
Yes. Would you let me walk this path alone? Don't you want to understand what I now know? Share in this wisdom with me?
We'd be separated. You with this knowledge, me without.
Together, Adam, as we've always been, as we should be. Take, eat.
Together then.
Adam, something feels different.
I feel exposed, like my skin is too thin.
Why are you staring at me like that? Stop looking.
I've never felt this before. This burning in my face, this need to hide.
The wisdom the serpent promised. This isn't what I expected. Everything feels wrong.
Knowledge of good and evil? Now we know evil. We knew only good before.
Adam, we're naked. We've always been naked, but now. What have I done? What have I convinced you to do?
Quick, let's cover ourselves with fig leaves. Sew us some clothing so we can be covered.
Okay, I'll work as quickly as I can.
Eve, did you hear that?
The sound of the Lord walking in the garden.
Quick, behind the trees.
Why are we hiding? We've never hidden before.
I don't want him to see me, not like this. Not now that I know.
The serpent said our eyes would be opened. He didn't say we'd see such terrible things.
We saw everything as God made it before. Now we see it through darkness.
I feel sick. The fruit, it sits like a stone in my belly.
One bite and everything is ruined.
Adam, where are you?
Before, his voice brought only joy. Now
Now it brings terror. Because we know what we've done.
this must be what he meant by death, not just the body.
Something inside has died. That innocence, that perfect peace.
Adam, what do we do?
What can we do? We can't hide from him. We can't undo what's done.
Adam, why are you hiding?
I heard your voice in the garden and was afraid because I was naked. So I hid myself.
Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?
The woman you gave to be with me, she gave me fruit of the tree, and I ate.
Eve, what have you done?
The serpent deceived me and I ate.
The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are cursed above all livestock and above every beast of the field. You will go on your belly and you will eat dust all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will bruise your head and you will bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth, and pain you will bring forth children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." And to Adam, he said, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree about which I commanded you, saying, 'You shall not eat of it,' cursed is the ground on account of you. In hard labor you will eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it will bring forth for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you will eat bread until you return to the ground, because out of it you were taken, for you are dust, and to dust you will return." The man called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all the living. The Lord God made garments of skins for both Adam and his wife and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, "Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. And now he might reach out his hand, and take also from the tree of life, and eat, and live forever." Therefore the Lord God sent him out from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from which he was taken. He drove the man out, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed the cherubim and a flaming sword which turned in every direction to guard the way to the tree of life.